Namaste students, I am JV Dr. Aziz Mohammed Khan from Department of Food and Biotechnology, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic chromatography. So, chromatography is a technique which is based on the separation of particles. Chrome means color and graphy means a graph. So, it is a technique in which particles are separated on the basis of their color or some other properties such as their polarity, their molecular weight. Okay, so it is a separation of particles from a complex mixtures. Single particles can be separated, and a single particle, single compound, micro compound can be detected using the technique involved the chromatography. What is the basic principle of the chromatography? Chromatography is basically based on the two important terms. The first is mobile phase, and the second thing is stationary phase. Mobile phase is the phase in which we load our sample, in which our sample is loaded or the sample is moved by a, a particular kind of phase. The mobile phase is usually a solvent, and stationary phase is the phase where we load our sample. It is a solid phase on which we load our sample. Okay, for example, a silica plate or a paper, that is the stationary phase. And example of mobile phase is water and ethyl acetate, acetic acid, methanol, ethanol. These are the mobile phase. So by loading a sample on the stationary phase, the mobile phase will move the sample and it will separate the particles on the basis of their size. The chromatography techniques involve many techniques such as paper chromatography, thin layer chromatography, affinity chromatography, size exclusion chromatography, and gas chromatography, column chromatography. So we are going to discuss these techniques one by one. The paper chromatography is the simple techniques in which the stationary phase is a simple paper. That's the word comes from the paper chromatography. Okay, the stationary phase is a paper, filter paper, and it is solid paper. And the mobile phase is organic solvent or water, whatever. So in the paper chromatography, the stationary phase is a paper on which we load a sample, and the mobile phase will move the sample, and it will separate the particles present in the sample. The particles are separated on the basis of their polarity and their size. The examples include the separation of amino acids. What is the mechanism? The molecules will be separated on the basis of their size. The smaller molecules will move fast, and the larger molecules cannot move fast. Advantage: it is cheaper, and disadvantage is large quantity of sample cannot be applied. This is the diagram of paper chromatography in a beaker, and this is the station. It is a stationary phase. Okay, in which our sample was loaded. Okay, sample was loaded here, and it is stationary phase. The paper is stationary phase, and it is mobile phase, which move the sample in the upright position. Okay, So at the starting, we load our sample here, and we load our sample on the station page, that is the paper. And when we transfer this paper into a beaker which contains a mobile phase, then this mobile phase will move our samples in upright position and separate the particles. For example, chlorophyll B, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll, xanthophyll. These are the particles which are present in our sample. Okay, for example, we need to separate the leaf, and it will move the particles and separate it. What is the next is thin layer chromatography. Uh, Thin layer chromatography have stationary phase of glass silica. Okay, silica gel is used at the stationary phase, and the mobile phase is organic solvents such as ethanol, methanol, hexane, pentane, ethyl acetate. Uh, and mobile phase is selected on the basis of the need. Similar kind of characteristic will be understood in the thin layer chromatography, and the separation will be conducted on the basis of RF value. This is the diagram of uh, thin layer chromatography, in which a thin layer of silica gel is there, and the sample is loaded here, and it will the mobile phase will move the samples in the upright position, and it will separate the particles which are present in the sample. For example, this is the separated particles. The separation and the separation is conducted in RF value. Okay, the particles are identified on the basis of their RF value. The formula of RF value is distance traveled by the solvent and distance traveled by the solute. Next is column chromatography. Column chromatography is typical than paper and thin layer chromatography, because it is used for the separation of particles in tubes, and it is a very laborious method. The stationary phase of column chromatography is silica gel or alumina, and the mobile phase in column chromatography is some solvents. Okay, characteristic. What is the characteristic? Differential adsorption or substance by the adsorbent or relative affinity. What is the mechanism of separation? Separation is conducted on the basis of the polarity. Uh, After separation, we check the separated particles in paper chromatography or thin layer chromatography. In column chromatography, we added our samples in the third layer. This is the tube column, and a plug is there to stop. On the upper part, we add some glass wool or cotton, and on here we add station phase, that is silica gel, and above it we add our sample, and then we add our solvents, that is the mobile phase. Okay, so sequentially we uh, add the mobile phase, and when and we separate the particles on the basis of color. These are different kinds of color are seen. So in each tube, in each color we collect 10 tubes, and when next color is observed, then we collect the tubes in next 10 tubes. So after analysis, we go to the paper chromatography and thin layer chromatography for the more observation of the that we have collected the same particle, same type of compounds or not. So it is a very laborious technique. Next is ion exchange chromatography. Ion exchange chromatography is a technique which utilize the use of ion regions. In this technique, particles are separated on the basis of their charge. In this technology, we use a resin which carries some electronic group, or these are the charged resins. Okay, and by the use of these resins, we can separate the particles on the basis of their charge. For example, if we want to separate the negatively charged particles, okay, so what we will do, if we want to separate the negatively charged proteins, then what we will do, we will select the negatively charged resins. Okay, we will use negatively charged beads. Okay, so for example, that this is the um, tube in which the ion exchange chromatography is conducted. In this stationary phase, negatively, we want to separate the negatively charged particles. Sorry, we want to separate the negatively charged proteins. So we will take the negatively charged resins. Okay, so when we add these negatively charged resins, then these negatively charged resins will bind to the positively charged proteins. Okay, these resins will bind to the positively charged proteins. So the negatively charged proteins will be moved in here, and they will not bound to any other. So it will be separated easily because we have already separated the positively charged proteins. So negatively charged proteins will be easily separated. So in the station ion exchange chromatography, solid stationary phase are used, which contains the cellulose or agarose, and the mobile phase is liquid, that is a buffer solution. The compounds are separated on the basis of their polarity or solubility. What is the mechanism? The charged molecules will attach to the oppositely charged stationary phase. As a result of molecules are separated and molecules of interest can be eluted. Yeah. So uh, for the negatively charged particles, we added negatively charged beads. Okay, we added negatively charged stationary phase so that the positively charged particles will bind to these negatively charged stationary phase beads, and the positive and the negatively charged proteins will be easily separated. What is the advantage? It is has more matrix tolerance, it and it has high quality product. What is the disadvantage of ion exchange chromatography? It is expensive and less producible. So in the ion exchange chromatography, the separation is on the basis of the electronic ions and negative or positive electrical charge. Anions are negatively charged ions formed when an atom gains an electron, and anions are negatively charged because there are more electrons associated with them. They are that these particles have protons in their nuclei, and cations are positively charged ions formed when an atom loses electrons in their reaction, forming an electronic hole. So the particles are separated on the basis of their charge. So our lecture is over here. In the upcoming lecture, we will discuss some more chromatographic techniques. Thank you very much.